Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
43 bucks? Oh, that's too much. Okay, well, I'm going. You're gonna stop. So, it wasn't... Welcome everybody back to Your Truck Simulator 2. And my name is Garlic Bread. And today, as you can hear and see, I am back in my homeland. I came back from my honeymoon last Monday. Not last Monday, but this past Monday. And I have to say, it was definitely, I really enjoyed it. But before we go further into that, let's see where we're going today. So, it's actually going to be a very good trip. I think we're in Germany. Let me take a double look here. I totally forgot where we were. It's pretty much this is where I left off before I left. Let's see. Yes, I do believe this is Germany. I do believe. I don't quite remember. Let's do this. Let's do that. It'll tell us. That will tell us where we are. So here we are. So we're actually in Belgium. Just in between. Actually, well, no, we're not. We're in between Belgium and Germany. So this is where we are. And if I'm not mistaken, this is where we are going. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're going to Lyon. No, actually, we are just going northeast of Lyon. So this is where we're going, and we are hauling two tractors looks like for some plowing for some fields. So that is what we're hauling, and so yeah, the pre-trip has already been done. Like I said before, I'm not going to do a pre-trip anymore for you guys. That's just cutting time. So we are off to see the wizard, the most wonderful Wizard of Oz. That's actually not a one of them. Let's put it in there, and let's see if we can get going, boys and girls. So yes, like I said, we left Monday, what was it? I totally forgot now. The 12th of October we left, and we left then, and I gotta make another left, and we left. Our plane took off at 6:50 in the morning. That Monday. It was about, they say it was supposed to take us 3 hours, but actually took us 2 hours and, about 2 hours and 25 minutes to get down to Fort Myers, Florida. And then we hopped onto then we took a rental-car. And I was actually, was able to take the dream truck of my choice, which I'm hoping I'll be able to get next year around Memorial Day, and that is F-150. So the truck I got was an F-150. It was a 2014. They call it a large pickup truck due to the fact that it has 4 doors. Not the 4 doors like you think. It's actually 4 doors. It's not those mini doors or those half doors as I like to call them. They are fully doors, and it's a 5.5-foot bed with a 3.7 liter engine in it, and wasn't bad. A lot of it out there is mostly highway. There's rarely any like side streets. So the slowest you go is 35 or 40. I don't quite remember. But and the highway is 60, 65. But we went to the Everglades, and their speed limit down there, which is pretty much the end of Florida. If you go any further, you're gonna run into the ocean. And what you call it? And down there was 60. Speed limit was 60. So, and I was averaging about, I would say, I was averaging about, when I was down there, I was averaging 20 to 21 mpgs. And then, more in the city almost, Fort Myers, I was running 18, 19 mpgs. So PGs wasn't that bad. And neither was the gas prices. The gas prices was actually pretty damn good. Little cheaper than here where I'm at. Right now the average is $2.50 a gallon, and down there was the cheapest we saw was $2.09 a gallon. And that was for E85. So pretty much from 1/4 of a tank to if you add 20 or 25 bucks, it took us to a third. And then from almost empty to roughly like 29 miles before empty to complete full was was like 50, not 50, that was like 43 bucks. Oh, that's too much. Okay, well, I'm going. You're gonna stop. So it wasn't crazy, It was a 24-gallon tank, so it's not one of the largest, but of course it's bigger than a normal car. So yeah, so we took that. It wasn't a very what I'm looking for. It wasn't the most high-end luxury, as we all know with rental cars. It was XLT. It didn't even have power seats. It had headlights. Of course, fog lights. And that's pretty much all it had. For that. So. And then of course it had, it didn't have remote start. It did have keyless entry. It didn't even have power seats. I think I just said that. But it did have power mirrors. So it was a dream to drive. I have to say I'm glad that I went with that decision. And I definitely do believe I will be getting an F-150 next year. The reason why I tested out, because I wanted to make sure I was able to, able to afford the gas pretty much for it. Now don't get me wrong, the truck that I'm looking at will have a V8 5-liter. So it's a little more power, a little bigger engine. So we'll see. But that's But yeah, so I just want to make sure I was able to afford the gas, because if I couldn't afford the gas, for a week, I wouldn't be able to afford it for either a couple of years or for however long the lease or the contract I sign with Ford, for me to keep it. And I didn't want to, I didn't want 2 weeks into it and then find out I can't afford the gas, and then have it sitting there, me paying on the payments on the truck, and I'm not driving it because I can't afford the gas. So it is definitely definitely something I want to try out. And plus, I just want to see how it drove. Did it drive nice? And all that. And tell you the truth, I was expecting more body roll. Really was not. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't taking turns at 45 miles an hour, but I was close to it. I was taking turns 35 miles an hour, and there's not a lot of body roll. The shocks were brilliant. I really do like the shocks that they put in. Okay, now you're just pissing me off. Whoa, come on, turn. The shocks that the truck did have, they were fantastic. They were just eating up the potholes, just eating them up. I pretty much had to go out of my way to find potholes and stuff like that, because they actually maintain their roads. Whoa, this is a little, that was a little scary. They actually maintain their roads, unlike where I'm at, where there's 15 people, 15 crew, road maintenance people standing around, and only one person doing the job. So they really keep good well of the road. So I had to pretty much go out of my way to find potholes and stuff like that, just to see what it felt like. And don't get me wrong, there is some, just like any cars, but for the most part, it soaked it up. You didn't feel it, or you didn't even hear it. Really, you just going over like you would a normal road, like it was smooth. Oh, shut up. So but it was good. The only bad thing is it did not have running boards, which was horrible, because I'm pretty short. I'm like 5'3", so to me, I have to, and there is no handle on the driver's side at the A pillar. So I pretty much had to use the steering wheel to boost myself up. I know y'all gonna laugh at that. I laughed a couple of times. So, but other than that, it was a really decent, good truck. I enjoyed driving it, and that is definitely a truck that I can see myself driving in, next year, or even in the future. I really see myself doing it. And excuse me. So then we drove to our hotel, and the hotel, it was called the Pink Shell. My wife picked that out. She said she liked the name, she liked the reviews on it. It had 3 swimming pools, access to the Gulf of Mexico, because that's where Fort Myers Beach is. It's right off the Gulf, and you pretty much have to cross a bridge to get onto Fort Myers, because it's not physically attached to Florida. You have to cross a bridge, so you have that. So we drove down there, and then we checked in, and we just pretty much stayed the time there that day. Took a nap, and then ate some food, and then then we were doing other stuff. Tuesday. What did we do that Tuesday? I totally forgot now. Forgot what we did that Tuesday, but that Friday, we went to Universal Studios, which I have to say, it was good. Don't get me wrong. I've been down there when I was a little kid, but my wife is not really big on roller coasters and some, and stuff that scares her. So I pretty much spent $328 for both parks, because there's 2 parks. There is the Islands of Adventure, and then just Florida, University of Florida. So there's 2 parks, and both parks combined there is about pretty close to 30 what do you call it, 30 rides. So that was a no iPass, huh? So so out of both the parks, we only went on 5 rides. So I pretty much spent $328 for nothing. I pretty much gave them, I would say, roughly like $320 for nothing, because she didn't want to go on the rides. And I know you all saying, well, you could have went on, and I could have. Nothing stopped me from going on, but it's a different way when you are married. When you are married, I mean, you do the same when you're together, your boyfriend and girlfriend, and when you're engaged, but it's a little more when you're married. You do things together. So, and plus I already know if I would have went by myself, I would not have heard the end of it. So that's what we did. So Friday, that's what we did. Thursday and Wednesday, we went to Sanibel. We did some shell fishing, and it was good. The heat and the sun was pretty crazy on Wednesday, but it was okay on Thursday. We got some good shells. Some of them I wish I could have kept, but I did not know that it was illegal to take or to possess any live organisms down there, and that's including shells that have live mussels inside. That also includes starfish. It also includes what's the word I'm looking for? Starfish and silver dollars. That's also what they do not want you to take. So it was definitely a little disappointment for me, because I had some great shells, and of course they had live organisms in there, and plus I wanted to take a silver dollar home. That would have been really nice to have, but unfortunately you're not allowed to. So we went there. We spent a couple of hours up there, and it was pretty much a 5-minute jag. We were able to see Sanibel from a hotel room, which overlooked the Gulf of Mexico. Sanibel is pretty much northwest. It's actually more, it's northwest of Fort Myers Beach. So that's what we did. Like, I don't remember what we did Tuesday, unfortunately. That's what we did Friday. We did have complimentary breakfasts for both of us for free, so that was fantastic. It was like a buffet, and you can pretty much eat until you can't eat anymore, and it was good. I enjoyed it. And then that Saturday and Sunday, I went to visit my half brother. He's been down there for a good 9 years, something like that. I haven't seen him since I pretty much since I graduated high school. He went to the Army, and then he moved down there, and he has a girlfriend, and he does have a kid here in Chicago, but his girlfriend has 3 kids. So that was definitely Been a while since I saw him. Glad he's doing good. He's about 10 years older than me, so it was a little sketchy. So and I'm glad he's doing good. And then that Sunday before we left, we went to go visit him again, and I got another tattoo. This me and my wife has been waiting for a while for, and we wanted to do it, we just couldn't afford it. And then when we were on a honeymoon, I'm like, you know what, let's get this tattoo. We've been wanting it for a while now, and we were looking around, and it was just some ridiculous ass prices. It's a very small, it's very small for both of us, and they said $140 for each of us, and it was gonna take an hour and a half. Well, luckily for my brother, he knows a particular person, and she gave us a great rate, $100 for both of us, and it only took, I would say, a good 30 minutes. If not, it was pretty damn close to do both of us. So it was, whoa, I don't know why that just turned sharp all of a sudden. So it was definitely, something I really wanted, we both wanted. And at the same time, even though, yes, we have our rings, but at the same time, it also symbolizes, my love for her, and my dedication and my respect to her, and all that. So pretty much it's just like another remembrance of, of my love to her. So that's what we did. And then Monday, our plane took off at 8:50 from Florida, and then it actually did take a good 3 hours to get back. It took a good 3 hours, and then we went to O'Hare Airport and took a taxi, and then went home. Monday we didn't do nothing much really. Just relaxed. Say hello to our girls, let them out, petted them. Tuesday didn't do anything really. Tuesday I did my winter maintenance on the car, which I'm glad I did, due to the fact that because the car is front wheel drive, the right rear not because, but on the right rear tire, it's pretty much flat. So I have to pretty much, we need new tires, and we need them soon. It should last through winter, so that is no big deal. But at the same time, you just, you may never know. So I would like to get it done before winter, but it may or may not happen that way. You know what I'm saying? So trying to bring this down to 25. There you go, 25. So yeah, it was definitely a and then so we didn't, so anyway, so I did that, and I also, because I had the tires off, I was rotating them. They needed to be rotated. They were not rotated the last time that I had the oil change. And I was looking at the brakes, and I need new brakes. brakes. I definitely need, especially on the left side passenger. Definitely need new brakes. There ain't no. It's not completely gone, but it's pretty close to it. And I already know when that does go completely gone, or if it has not started already. All the other brakes will be working harder, and they'll be grabbing unevenly, which can send me into a skid. In bad weather. So that needs to be done. And just to make it all even, I'm just gonna do all 4 brakes all around the car. Get that all done and out of the way. And so I'm gonna be doing that myself. Pretty much gonna be doing that the weekend in November of the 14th, 15th. That is my weekend off. And plus it gives me time, because if I don't have to rush through it, or something is harder to get off, I'm not have to sitting there worried about time. So I'm like, so that's my plan, is to do it then. So that is my plan, Jan, and I don't see anybody coming. So, and then today is which brings us, today is Wednesday, and my wife, sorry guys, whew. My wife started back to work today, and I don't go back until tomorrow. So which I love. And and then pretty much with the end of October, next week is the end of October. Saturday is the 31st, which is Halloween, and that is it. Then it's that Sunday is November 1st. So we pretty much shot our whole October in Florida. So which was beautiful. The weather was just beautiful. It was 80s, 90s, but the humidity, it wasn't really strong. It wasn't sticky. It was like, you're sucking in on a balloon that's been in hot air before. So it was definitely something a little different. And then we come back here, and it's fucking 45 degrees. So what can you do? We keep going straight. Okay, so make sure that's where we're going. So that's what's happening, shallappening. And like I said, I'm back. This is my first video coming back. Whoa. So I really enjoyed it. I've been missing doing these videos for you. I also do have great news, excellent news. Some of it you probably already know, some of it you may not. But one of them is that they have updated some mods for Grand Theft Auto 5. So I really cannot wait for that. I'm probably going to do that after this video. Update them all, make sure they all play. And I might even do a video today. Who knows? And then of course at the same time, which we're gonna have to turn here. We can do this. Yes, we can. Alrighty, tidy. So that's good news. I also heard that they got that, people have published more mods of call outs. So that is very good. I am very happy about that. And then the next very thing that I'm happy about, which I don't know if I should do today or tomorrow, but I finally figured out where to go next onto Zombie U or Zombie I, whatever. I think it's called Zombie I. I finally found out, what I have to do and where I have to go and all that. So I'm really excited for that. A little bit of a jailbreak here because we are going down. So good news for that. Also about GTA, they have released a DLC of Lowrider, so you can now get Lowriders in the game. I don't know if it's in the story mode, but it is for online. It is a free DLC, so keep that in mind so you don't have to think about spending some money. And now let's go back to Euro Truck Simulator 2, what we're playing. If I'm not mistaken, 2 days before I went on my honeymoon, they released the cabin accessory DLC, which it does cost to buy it or to use it. It's $8.99, $9. But I've been seeing some pretty good, whoa, and I'm totally not gonna, oh well, going way too fast, and it was on top of a hill. So it's $9, it's $9 to download it and get it, and I haven't gotten it yet, but I've been seeing some awesome things with the news feed that they have now. Oh, we actually need gas. I almost did not. I just totally slipped my mind that we needed gas. I didn't even look at that on my pre-trip, which is quite sad. So anyway, so that's how it was. It was really good. So I really like that they have for that accessories for your truck. I think it's good. And then also, it's not on the right, it's on my left, and you're not supposed to make a left here, so we gotta go up on the brakes. Oh great, and it's also raining, which is fantastico. Oh, that's I didn't spin around fast enough. I didn't make a wide enough turn. Alright, engine off. Let's fill this puppy up. So I'm glad about that. And now let's talk about American Truck Simulator. Sadly, no, they have not coming out with a release date. I know you guys have probably heard this, seen this, or you may have had problems with it. But of course, it is on their website, American Truck Simulator. It is on their website. So if you don't believe me, or if you want to double check, I would say, of course, go with them. Wow, 1,205. Damn. So with that being said, and I've been noticing this too, also is there's websites out there claiming to have betas and or the full version of the game. Now, as we all know, there's liars, scammers, people that just want to get your money. So, one more time, I repeat myself. The release date has not been released. There is no way that you can get the game for free. Or not even for free. To get it early. The company has not released it. So any website besides their website is telling you, hey, buy this game. Buy the game, you get it, you get it, now before it releases, send us the money. It is all a scam. Sadly, that is what the world has come down to. It is who they can fuck over the most and how much money they can get from people more, before it gets caught, or before the credit card companies or the fraud people find out that it's fraud. And this is more towards the kids, because the kids are excited, they want it, they love it, and then they see something like this, and then they go borrow money from their parents, or they borrow the cards from their parents, and then they don't get a game. And now the parents have to fight with their credit card agency and get the money back and all that. So it's a little more for them, but it's also for some adults, Don't get me wrong, I had, because I signed up, for news feeds and all that, I've been getting some spam and some malware emails stating, hey, the game has been released, give us the money, and you get the game, we'll give you the code and all that, and I'm not going to do that, and of course, before I did it, at first I thought, okay, that may, when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, good, I can maybe play it, it was like it was that Sunday or something, it was something, and I'm like, great, I can play it before I leave. And I looked on the website, and nothing has been said about it. So, I pretty much knew that it was a scam, and all they wanted was my money. So, once again, do not do it. Please don't do it. Unless you want to go through the heartache of trying to get your money back, and then and then possibly having your computer corrupted or messed up, or have spyware or viruses on there. I wouldn't. But before we close here, so they have introduced, if you have played Euro Truck, or if you've seen the news feeds, they have adopted a new trailer, backing the trailer into the docks system, and what they're saying is there is some hard spots. There's medium, or you can just skip it all together, just like they have with, a Euro Truck Simulator 2. And, they say the course, depends on what you do. If you do the harder, you get more experience. Excuse me. Whoa. My bad. You get more experience. So, and then the less you do, the less you get. So but they do say that you have an option. They say also when you pull into into the gate or into the area to drop off your load, you have to stop at the booth like you would if you were picking up a load. And then they will give you that option on do you want it hard, easy, or skip it altogether. But if you don't like the lot of pop-ups, and it kind of messes up your flow, your energy, then you do have the option to go in the options menu and and then either set it to whatever you may want it to be. And it's actually going to be right up this to the right. So you have that option. Second thing that they're coming up with, which they're saying is a little harder, is in Europe, there is like the length of the trailer, restrictions. And here in the U.S., don't get me wrong, there is some, but it's not on, on highways. Even though yes, there is some on highways, but it's more or less just moving the tandems, back, either forward, closer to the, to the truck, or further back. That's all it is. It's just, and all that's doing is putting either more load, the more weight on the truck, or on the trailer. That is all it's doing. So that's all. I mean, you do get, there is more restrictions on side streets and stuff, but, other than that, there is no real, limitations on what you can haul on, on the USA ground. So, so of course they're trying to adapt, bigger and better trailers, longer trailers, so you can haul longer trailers or heavier trailers. But because, and at the same time as they're building the roads, they can't make these roads too tight where it's impossible to, to get through, because then the person's either not gonna, they're gonna stop playing it because they don't like it, or, or they're gonna get damage on the trailer, or on, actually, that is not good. Come on. So, let's see if we can do this. Nope, other way. Yeah, I totally messed up, guys. Someone is calling me and I do not know why they are, so I had to stop and do this. Come on. Okay, stop. There you go. Good boy. Oh. Let's see if, okay, alright. Let's stop right there. Put it in neutral. I said not neutral, reverse. So anyways, not what I was about to say. So, they don't want to have the roads too tight, where you can't get through them, and then once they get done with that, then they have to get the AIs to, follow suit and, do the correct way. just all jacked up. I'm on. So that's what they're doing. You know, like I said, so far the release date has not been released. But those are the two updates from them. Just cannot park this car with a damn. I really, not this car, but this truck, and I. I guess that's what happens when you haven't played this in a week. Yeah, I know. So, but anyways, the wedding was good. You know, pretty much everybody showed up besides a couple of people. The food was fantastic. Loved the food. Loved it. And, you know, and so was the ceremony. I guess it's going to be good as ever. If not, I'm going to be here forever. And I think we're running out of time. So, alright guys, so let's hit that to disconnect our trailer. And we got an excellent. After a week of me not playing, I got an excellent. So, great for me. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really excited to be back. Pretty much be back in the saddle again. And, you know, pumping out these videos for you guys. Until then, I will talk to you later. Toodaloo.